We are going to see CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for a world championship. The only question is when. See, on the Raw after WrestleMania, CM Punk was cutting a promo in the ring, and then Cody Rhodes came out. Now, Cody Rhodes is a SmackDown guy, but he was here on Raw. And why? We don't really know. But Cody Rhodes came in the ring, and Punk and him were talking for a little bit, and then Punk started staring at Cody Rhodes' WWE title belt and basically implied that he would like a shot at that title at some point. And as Punk left the ring, Cody said, "Just say when." Now, this whole thing between CM Punk and Cody has been building for a while, and in my opinion, it is the one big money match left for CM Punk in this run that he's had starting at Survivor Series 2023. Obviously, Punk and Cody were both in AEW. Cody Rhodes left under questionable circumstances. Punk left under very publicly chaotic circumstances that everybody is fully aware of. And so when Punk came back at Survivor Series 2023, after the War Games match that Cody was in, it was like the first thing on my mind was, when are we going to see Punk versus Cody? When are we going to see Punk versus Roman? And we just saw Punk versus Roman. They put on the match of the year, one of the greatest WrestleMania main events of all time. So there's only one big match left to have for Punk, and it's with Cody. Now the question is, are we going to have to wait till next year at WrestleMania to see it? Because that's probably the wisest thing to do, because that's the thing that everybody wants to see. That's the big match that everyone wants to see. If you think about any match that could take place right now in the WWE, that's the one. So Punk versus Cody headlining WrestleMania next year for a world title would be big business. But see, the thing is, would you want to see that match at WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, or do you want to see that in America? Because, you know, it would be better if they put that in a show that was, let's say, in Chicago. That would be like the perfect place to do it. Instead, it might take place overseas. I don't really like that idea. It's too big of a match. It's like when they did Punk versus Cena in Saudi Arabia. They really should have done that in the United States, preferably in Chicago or Boston or something. But, you know, what can you do? And I'm just really excited about the prospect of Punk versus Cody. If you remember, shortly after Punk came back in 2023, Punk and Cody had a segment before the Royal Rumble of 2024, because those were two of the big favorites to win. And they had a segment with each other that was outstanding. There is something about when these two guys get on the mic with each other, they bring out the best in each other. It's actually very interesting, because usually I don't like Cody's promos that much, but there are certain people that when he's in the ring, it's pretty amazing. He had a great segment with Sami Zayn one time before Sami Zayn faced Roman Reigns for the WWE title in Montreal. That was outstanding. And like I said, anytime he's in the ring with CM Punk, we see good stuff in terms of promos. Now, match-wise, I expect great things, obviously. Do I think it's going to be as good as Punk versus Roman? It could be. It could be. It could be. It could be on that level. And I'm sure Cody would want to put on the match of his life if he's in a main event match with CM Punk. So the best thing about these two guys is that even though they actually are friends, it's very clear that they can bring up the past in terms of AEW, because like AEW was the thing that Cody created, and some people believe that Punk is the guy who almost destroyed the whole thing. Even Cody was saying after that brawl out thing happened with Punk and the Young Bucks, which, by the way, I have a video on my channel where I talk about that press conference, which the press conference that CM Punk had with Tony Khan after he won the world title from Jon Moxley, the press conference that led to the brawl between him and the Young Bucks. That press conference is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in wrestling. Probably the best thing I've ever seen AEW do. And it wasn't even a, I guess, scripted part of the show. And so it's just funny that that was the best thing they ever did. And after that brawl out thing, Cody made it clear that he was not happy about that whole situation because, again, he played a role in creating this company that allows a lot of wrestlers who either don't want to work in WWE or haven't gotten the opportunity to work in WWE, there is a place for them to go. And in fact, it has often been a training ground for people who eventually do go to the WWE and achieve massive success. Think about Stephanie Vaquer and her match against Mercedes Moné. You know, that kind of put her on the map, and a lot of people who never heard of her, now they know who she is. Then she winds up in the WWE. Obviously, she has had tremendous success in NXT, in the WWE. She just had a match at WrestleMania, went in as champion. So, you know, Stephanie Vaquer, obviously Jade Cargill, Ricky Saints, or Ricky Starks, Ethan Page, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes. I mean, you could go on and on, but it's just interesting to me that how much of a role that AEW will play in the feud between Punk and Cody. Obviously, they might not reference it directly, but they will indirectly reference it. They will allude to it because they have to. Because it's so easy to say that Punk almost destroyed the thing that Cody created. Whether that's true or not, I mean, it's like, but it is a great story to tell, though. And the fact that they both wound up back in the WWE, and it actually turned out even better for both of them. I mean, think about it. Punk's first run and Cody's first run in the WWE, Punk had a great run. And I look upon Punk's first run very fondly. His run in ECW, and then he was ECW champion. Then he became Mr. Money in the Bank, cashed it in on Edge, became world champion, won Money in the Bank again, cashed it in again on Jeff Hardy, became a heel for the first time in the WWE, showed that he's the freaking greatest heel in the business, and became solidified his status as a main eventer at SummerSlam 2009 against Jeff Hardy in a TLC match as a heel. Then went on to do the Straight Edge Society. Then, obviously, he became the leader of the New Nexus, and that led to the pipe bomb promo against John Cena when his contract was going to run out. And then he went on that 434-day title reign. Punk had a great run. Cody did not, which always surprised me because Cody, when he debuted in the WWE, I thought, okay, this guy, he's going to be big. He's got the look. He's the son of Dusty Rhodes. He's got an amateur wrestling background. He literally has everything going for him. And still, somehow, the WWE mishandled the whole situation. I don't know what happened. I liked Cody as Stardust, by the way, even though he doesn't like it. But did you hear the pop when Stardust appeared during Cody's opening montage at WrestleMania this year? People love Stardust, and they should bring Stardust back. I wish Cody would bring Stardust back, even if temporarily. It would just be so awesome. But my point is this. Cody had a relatively average first run in the WWE. He comes back, and now they make him the main guy. And Punk comes back, and he's treated better than he was ever treated during his first time here. And he's really been made to appear as one of the top guys. He is one of the top guys, but, he was always held down during his first run. Every time they would put him on top, they would always bring him back down to the mid-card, and, he just never got his flowers, I guess you could say. But now, for the past, 2.5 years, and especially after that main event with Roman Reigns, Cody and Punk are seen as, the top guys right there with Roman Reigns. And I think that's really the top three. I don't think Seth Rollins is on that level. in terms of like how he's booked and how he's presented. I think he's like a level below that. Even Randy Orton's a level below that at this point. It's really like Roman, Punk, and Cody. It's just funny to me because those two guys revitalized their career because of AEW. So it'll make for great television if they, when they have their feud. It will be a big money match, just like this one with Roman and Punk. When Roman and Punk was announced, I was like, that's the money match. That's got to be the main event of night 2, and it was. And I knew they could put on the performance of a lifetime, and they did. And I expect the same thing from Punk and Cody. I cannot wait until that feud gets underway.